Hey everyone, I've got a real treat for you today. Well, for anyone who owns a Quest and is too broke to buy an actual gaming PC, but still wants to play some titles they are missing out on in PCVR, who also has access, at least temporary access, to a cheapo PC or a friend who with one. If you happen to be that guy, then I have awesome news for you. You can turn your phone into a gaming PC for your Quest. Okay, you also have to have a phone. But come on, we're in 2020 here. Everyone's got a phone. How do you do this? With magic. But if you're a muggle like me, then you can ask the friendly folks over at Shadow PC to let you use their service. That's how I did this. I use Shadow PC on my phone. This isn't sponsored by them. I'm too small of a YouTuber for any sponsors to even know I exist. I just found this out and have been playing PCVR with my phone for a few days now, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So, first off, Shadow PC. What is it? Oh, and yeah, by the way, you see Half-Life being played in the background? Yeah, that is played on my phone in Shadow PC wirelessly to my Quest. My Quest is playing this. This is the in-Quest recording you are seeing. As you can see, it doesn't run perfectly, and I believe that is mostly because of my internet speed. I unfortunately don't have faster internet to try it with. I will next month, hopefully, and if I do, I will post an update to this video. I'll also leave in the comment section an update, but that is one limitation. It does run faster on my computer, and I believe that is because my computer's wired, and obviously a wired connection is able to go faster. So, yeah, all that being said, if you can run a PC that's wired that is a piece of crap, it will work better than a phone. But a phone gets it playable, and faster internet will help with that. Oh, first off, Shadow PC. What is it? It is a cloud-based computer. You can access it on any computer or phone, and all your device is doing is streaming. It's receiving a stream. Much like watching a video, all the hard computing is done away from you. So your phone thinks it's watching Netflix, and a computer in Timbuktu is doing all of the hard work to make your Quest playing and streaming that much better. So yeah, you do need internet for this. And you probably want really good internet, although it isn't required. I don't have great internet. My internet speed is 60 megabytes per second, and it's kind of shoddy at that. When I started, I didn't realize that Shadow PC had my computer's max megabytes per second set to 5 or set to 6, and my phone's max set to 5. 6 is nothing. At 6 megabytes per second, I didn't know was that. I tried stress testing the thing. I ran a stream of me playing Half-Life Alyx to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. It started out strong. Towards the end, it got a little choppy, and I had to end it before I was hoping. But that was this thing running on 6 megabytes per second, and I honestly don't know how it did that. Here's a video of me testing it from my phone on the 5 megabytes per second setting that it was capped at first. Yeah, that is high performance mode right there. And that is how good it ran. It is a little choppy occasionally, but it ran pretty smooth and, just as good as some of the really hard-performing Quest games I have. I tested all the performance modes, and because it's just streaming, they all ran very similar, with the lower performance doing slightly better, but not much of a difference. Now I'm back to the background, which is me running it at the 30 megabytes per second I switched it to for my recording purposes. And yes, 30, my internet is 60. I put it at 30. Like I said, my internet's shoddy. It goes up and down, and for some reason when I set it at 60, I actually got worse performance than when it was at 6. I'm assuming that's because my internet's not consistent, and consequently it would try to send more data than it was able to. But when I set it to 30, it actually ran better than the 6. So I would just suggest probably not setting it at your max megabytes per second, but what you're able to consistently get. Even now, though, as I turn super quick, sometimes you get chopping on the border. And I rarely move this fast, and I assume if you have faster internet, it should help. And that being said, even on Quest games, if I turn really fast, I get chopping on the border. So maybe if you have faster internet, I won't. I don't know. I don't have faster internet. I plan on getting some faster internet next month, and I can post an update at that point. Anyways, one more quick thing I want to tell you, and then I'll get into the how-to section of this video, and that is the amazing possibilities with this thing. I've got a keyboard and mouse I'm going to order that are made to connect to your phone. With these, I can take my phone and my headset anywhere that I have a decent, not even great, just decent internet connection, and I'll be able to have a really powerful PC. Yes, PC, because this is not just for gaming. I've actually used mine to help me write the script for this episode because it works better than my computer. I use it to help me edit my episodes now. I was editing on my phone because my computer could not run them, and now I just edit via my Quest in this Shadow PC. In fact, I was planning on building myself an awesome rig this Black Friday when everything was dirt cheap, but now I think I'm just going to upgrade my internet and pay a small subscription to access a computer that someone else is in charge of maintaining and upgrading. Okay, reason you're all here, I'll get into the how-to now. First, there's a checklist of things you need. A Quest. You need a phone. You'll need to purchase virtual desktop. You'll need access to a Windows computer. It can be a POS. That shouldn't matter. You also don't need to own it. You just need it for like 10 minutes. So if you have a friend with one, that works too. You will need a stable internet connection, the faster the better, and a Shadow PC subscription. So, first things first, sign up for Shadow. Link in the description below. They are rolling out their service, so it might not be in your area yet. I had to wait about a month before I could use their service. So if that is the case for you, sign up and check back in a month. Or keep watching and watch again in a month. The more watch time I get, the better, because I'm a small YouTuber. And while we're on this topic, smash that subscribe button, please. I could use all the help I can get. Okay, so now moving forward. You've signed up for Shadow. Now what? Now is where you need to gain temporary access to that computer I was talking about. First, install Virtual Desktop to your Quest. Now, you will need to put SideQuest on that PC and then install Virtual Desktop VR patch. This patch allows you to run PCVR wirelessly to your Quest. I'm not going to go into all the details on installing and setting up SideQuest here. Many other YouTubers, bigger and better than me, have already gone into great detail on this, and you can go watch their videos. Plus, it would take a whole extra video for me to go into detail on that. You're here for the news on how to make your phone work like this. And also, if you have a crappy PC, you don't want to use your phone, you can make your crappy PC work like this. One other side note, some YouTubers have videos on how to use SideQuest from your phone. You can do this and not use any PC, but from my understanding, you run a risk of permanently damaging your Quest if you do it wrong. So I would suggest you avoid that method. From what I've read, if you know a lot about coding, you should be safe, but yeah, I don't like risking it. So I'm a scaredy cat. Just go with the PC route. That's going to work better for you. Now you've installed the patch. Now you'll want to put the Shadow client on your phone. And as well as that Shadow client, you'll want to download a clicker app. And here's why. See this right here? Yeah, that I thought was a crash. Turns out the connection between Shadow and my phone timed out and it like disconnected. So putting this clicker app makes it so my phone keeps tapping the screen. I set it to every 5 minutes. And I just set my phone's delay to screen out every 6 minutes. And with that, it just keeps clicking and I'm good. So the biggest thing just to realize is if your connection times out, you will get disconnected like this. That is not an issue with the streaming or anything. It's just the connection to the host with Shadow and your phone. So make sure you have that clicker installed and just click on it. Now you need to configure your Shadow PC. This is going to be easier on an actual computer, so if your friend is okay with you using his for just a minute longer, do that. If you can't, then use your phone, I guess. It will still work on your phone. You can do everything on your phone because it's all through the Shadow PC. It just is going to be harder without a mouse and keyboard. Unless you've already purchased that mouse and keyboard I mentioned earlier, then kudos to you. On your Shadow PC, you need to first install Virtual Desktop Streamer. Put in your Oculus username, and you should then be able to connect your headset to your Shadow PC. This is all explained in the Virtual Desktop app, so just follow their instructions. You are good to go once you are connected. Then you want to install Steam or Oculus Store or whatever other VR game platform you want to use, and you should be good to go. I don't know of any other game platforms, but I'm sure there's probably some. And yes, it is that easy. make sure you are on the same network, obviously. But it should work just as good on your phone as it would from a PC. Well, close to as good. The closer your phone is to the router, the better. Obviously, your computer is going to work better. If you have a computer wired, it's going to work better. If you have fast enough internet, it's going to make that less of an issue. And even with my shoddy internet, it still ran good enough that I could play the game. It isn't perfect. I want to be upfront with this. This makes your phone able to run PCVR to your Quest. It is not perfect, but it is affordable. And with all of the new technology coming out, who knows what the PC requirements are going to be 2 years from now. If you build yourself a computer, it could be obsolete. But they're updating this, and the technology is only going to get better. So you do this, and you're able to run everything now. Granted, sometimes a little choppy, and if you have a computer, it will get rid of most of that choppiness. When I run on the computer, it's really a lot smoother. But I just wanted to have the phone in the background, because this is like your worst case scenario. You're using a phone, and it still runs great. So yeah, just wanted to make sure I put that out there. It's obvious, as you can see, it's not running perfect. My internet speed's slow. You get faster internet, should help with that. But between my two, the latency was very similar. Computer was only a couple milliseconds better than my PC. Oh, one more thing. I've played a few games, and they all run very similar to Alex. So internet speed is your best friend and worst enemy here. The power of the game doesn't matter a whole lot. Tabletop Simulator ran just as good as Half-Life Alyx. Obviously, one uses a lot more processing power than the other. Point being, that's your limiting factor. Get good internet. Anyways, I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If this information is useful to you, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button. We post content daily. Most of it's gameplay videos, but I do a little bit of news and stuff like this as well. Anyways, thanks for watching, and peace!